Okay, things are going forward. Breakfast. Breakfast of champions. Donuts and coffee. I must always have a complaint. No, so I was making coffee and it's like, man, you see that? My spoon was too short, to get to the bottom of my cup. What do you do in emergencies like that? Well, since I priced out cups, you know, cups are expensive. They were actually a nickel. But now that they made this new insulated cup for coffee for hot beverages, because somebody sued McDonald's for $2 million. The anyways, the together. That's what I was thinking. Which is going to put this thing together. And it's my coin I'm selling. So you buy the coin, you keep the coin, you can sell the coin, you can keep the coin, you can add to the coin. And of course, you can buy it, or you can take out a loan against it. Whether or not I'm going to make that, I already talked to somebody in sales that will be in sales. That's funny. And she said she might sell it since she already has some of the coins made. And that's the only problem. Is the old coin is going to have some alterations on it. So don't use a. You can use anything you want, but don't use a expensive coin like $6,000. Because time you get it back, it's a little different. Got a little piece on it. And you hang on a necklace. Holy, 19 grams of fat in there. Below my daily supply. Did you make me a video? Thank you. And you sent it in? That way I know what's happening. I was working on this girlfriend thing, and I said, the first thing I do is I gotta get rid of all the horses and all the dogs. Why? Because last time I had a girlfriend, she liked her horse a lot better than she liked me. And I feel bad about the last time I seen her and her horse. No, because they've been designing things going forward and stuff. And she was feeding her horse what she bought at the store, which obviously was not FDA approved. And I don't know what happened, but something could have happened. That's how bad the food was that she was feeding them. Anyways, I had a girlfriend a while ago. That was a long time ago. Her dad reminded me of Francis, actually of John, Pope John. He was a pretty good guy. So the food she was giving her horses is wrong, and it's not wrong because she's giving her horses food like that, but it's wrong because how do you fix that? How do you tell the jackass at the store that you can't feed stuff like that? And I guess I don't know because I have no outcome of the end of the day for any of their animals, but just thinking of it and knowing what I know, that had to be wrong. And a lot of people do that, and I think it's shortcuts, which shortcuts are made because I know they teach it on TV, but because everybody likes to underbid, you know, how much do you want? I see the price tag says 200. How much do you want? Well, you know, 8% or $16. So I want $216. That's 8% for tax. But they like to undercut, you know. So supposedly people have to then overprice. I've always been straight up. You know, I price retail straight up. Now, I was thinking about building up here, but I guess we'll see. Oh, I'm a builder. 19. What year was that? 1987, 86, 87. I was building foundations with my boss. So you learn a lot. And back then, they didn't have that. You know how they do the cement thing with the big over the top and into the other side? We did everything with a wheelbarrow. You know, so we wheelbarrowed cement over and filled it up. We built everything. And we did some extra work too. And that was my first cement job I did. 1986 or something. There was no hammer, no electric hammer. Everything was just drill. And I had to cut a hole this big in the wall. Wow. Took me the whole day. Drill, 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 hammer, hammer, hammer. Real hammer, not electric hammer. Those were the good days. And actually, back then, I made more money back then than I do now. I mean, seriously. I made a lot of money when I was in high school. I did a lot of jobs, of course. And I worked hard, you know, or 10, 14 hour days, 10 to 14 hour days. So sometimes I work up to 14 hours, mostly because of the way things worked, because I was working on a farm too. You have to do your rotations, so you'd have to get up, you know, middle of the night, 10 o'clock in the evening. Wow. Those were back in the good days. I'm gonna eat all those. So, one more thing. Nothing really live today, besides no one attacked me last night. Usually they spray some freaking what do you call them? Um, murder? No, murder patrol, citizen murder patrol, citizen patrol, which is a nationwide group of security guards that take care of their homeland. And usually, what they do is they pick on the people that come into town, and then you know, which I didn't quite understand that. And it must be they must all be able to buy weapons because then everybody has to try their weapon out once. So if you got 300 citizen patrols, you have 900 dead people. They put them in hotel walls or something. I heard, you know, yeah, back in the hole. It really made me mad the other day because I was looking for a place to camp, and I seen this little like cave. It was a tree actually. I got closer and I was like, man, there's somebody's clothes in there. It was up at the floor. It was up at BLM Forest Land and stuff. Where was that at? It wasn't this town. Wait, what time was it? I gotta get out of here. And I need a place to stay. And I don't know how to find one. Obviously, if I did find one, I couldn't afford the rent or the anything. You mean public assistance? I don't know how to use that. They told me there was a 2 year waiting list. I filled that work out twice. Twice I filled the paperwork out for that, you know. Twice. You're on a 2 year waiting list, don't worry about it. How would that work? That makes sense. She did drive a Range Rover. New tires, mag wheels. I'm joking. That was it's the same. I don't know what she drove. Which had to be the top of the list since it was 3 years ago. Empty bowls, fighting hunger one bowl at a time. So they do ceramics, and They make bowls in the ceramics. Students make bowls in the ceramics. Then they fill them full of soup and give them away for $20. I think that's a good idea to raise some money. I'm always giving money away. The seeing her reporter, the boss, must be in high school, college. The it's gonna be a job in here. There was a job in here, and I called the guy, and I actually called her. It was, yeah, must have been his secretary. No, could have been his secretary. She was up in maybe it was his wife. It can't be his wife. Anyways, she said, "Yeah, what'd you do?" And I said, "Well, I did some jobs." I didn't tell her I'm a full builder and handyman. No, you cannot be a handyman if you do not have experience. So you say you're a handyman, you're not. Trust me, you are not. A handyman needs 10 years experience full time. So 40 hours a week times, 50 weeks, like that. That's a handyman. And not just doing one thing. So in other words, if the guy, hey, stay right there. If the guy just framed houses, you're not going to be a handyman. If he just did siding, you're not a handyman because you don't know what you're doing with other things. Handymen are usually handy because they've done, you know, all kinds of jobs, more or less anything. And it takes a long time to get the experience to say, I'm a handyman. Which in this American civilization place, they just laugh you out. And it's because 90% of the people lie. Yeah, I'll do the job. Yeah, I'm a contractor. Yeah, I got my insurance. And surprisingly, just to get that together only takes like 45 minutes. It doesn't even matter what you really done. And just saying you done it matters, but proving that you can do it is something else. Because some people don't understand that. There's two people walk on the building site. There's the boss and somebody else. The boss comes up and he says, I want this and this done. And the other guy does it. The only reason the other guy does it is because he's told to do it, but because he can do it. Or somebody has to explain it. And everything has to be explained every day. People can't just do it because they don't know how. And it really takes a day of thinking for, 2 days of work. Which, if you were working for somebody, he'd be like, get moving, quit standing around. I always try to work by the square foot. Most people don't because you can't make money at it unless you are a handyman. So, a handyman can make money. I did a job for, actually, I did a job for a handyman. But right before I did a job for a handyman, I did a job for a contractor. I didn't know he was a contractor. And I took the job because he didn't do it, because he was out working for real people. And it was at his house. So I did it, and I bid it really low so I could get the job. Because it was my first job. I needed it, needed a reference, all this other stuff. So I worked at it for 4 days, I think. 4 days? Four full days, which is, and it came out, so I put a gate in, and it was on a balcony, so it was uh, a rail around the balcony, and then a handrail, and then of course drill it. And they had poles. The poles were already set, except some jackass had twisted and bent the wood, so it was kind of like this. And so I had to cap all those the right size, and then it was quite difficult when there was not a lot of help because there's some dangerous things when you're doing stuff in different positions. Anyways, so I got it all done, and it really looked good when I was done. And the last thing I needed was 2 bolts, and I was like, damn it, that pissed me off so bad because I didn't want to go downtown, right? I didn't have the 92 cents to buy the bolts. They were like big bolts for the gate. So I did my extra special one, and I tightened it up, and I put them in there. So, believe it or not, I did get paid a day before, even all my money. So, I'll be stuck here for another hour. Damn it. So I put it in a special way like I do other things. I did a good job on him. Anyways, he understands that the gate's still hanging there without the nuts on the gate. Oh boy. And anytime you have something that opens and closes, it's always a matter of, time. Yeah, time. Building time. So it takes time to put it together. So don't just build it, but you have to adjust it. Okay, I'm out of here. Building a house up on a hill. Yeah, I'm nothing to say today. I gotta throw a couple of these in here that are boring, right? So I'm gonna work on that phone thing. So it's the crypto coin. So it's gonna be sold like a crypto coin, except there's no security work. There's no registry. It's just more or less like a coin. But all the crypto coins in there are registered, secured, and in your name, more or less. And I'll put, let's say 10,000 coins in there. 10,000, and then she would have to sell that for $1,500, right? I guess we'll see. I guess maybe just one of each, since I don't have that many coins to give out to them. Okay, so I'm gonna get going here. I'm gonna get out of her way, and I'm gonna try to go find money.